Hey and welcome to the Daily Arsenal News Show. Let's begin with our daily news. Mikel Arteta was over the moon with how Gabriel Magalhaes reacted against Fulham. Speaking to the club's official media, Arsenal manager Mikel Arteta loved Gabriel's reaction to his mistake in the build-up to Fulham's goal. Arsenal maintained their perfect start to the season with a spirited comeback against Fulham. The Gunners won 2-1 as they recorded their fourth win on the bounce to stay top of the Premier League. Mikel Arteta's side initially went behind in the second half after Alexander Mitrovic stole possession from defender Gabriel. However, the Brazilian made amends for his error, scoring a late winner to send the Emirates into raptures. Despite some resolute defending from Fulham throughout the game, Arsenal would have been disappointed if they didn't come away with 3 points. One player Arteta wanted to highlight was the match winner Gabriel. The Spaniard couldn't hide how pleased he was with how the defender reacted to his mistake. We did that mistake, but then the best thing is how the team reacted, how Gabi reacted against adversity to overcome the situation. That goal was down to how he is a professional, his mentality, how he looks after himself, and this can happen to any player. It's all about how you are going to react to that, and I loved the mentality of the team and how much they were willing to win in that situation. Arsenal certainly look like a revitalized side under Arteta this season. Fulham offered serious resistance against their attacking onslaught and looked like they might hold on for a point. However, the energy levels of Arsenal's players finally paid off, with Gabriel reacting fast to a scramble in the box from a corner that one Fulham player apologized for his reaction to. There were fantastic performances across the pitch for Arsenal, with Bukayo Saka and Martin Odegaard both praised by the media, but Arteta chose to highlight Gabriel's reaction to his mistake, and he will be hoping he carries that confidence into their next match against Aston Villa. Lineker baffled Real Madrid, let Odegaard leave after Arsenal win. Gary Lineker has told much of the day that he's baffled as to why Real Madrid let Martin Odegaard leave after his performance for Arsenal in their latest victory on Saturday. The Gunners remain top of the Premier League table and they continue to boast a flawless record with 4 wins in 4. But they were made to fight their way to 3 points against Fulham. It was the visitor who took the lead at the Emirates, with Alexander Mitrovic capitalizing on a Gabriel mistake. The striker made no mistake when he got the chance, but Arsenal were able to turn the game around, and it was Odegaard who played a pivotal role in the comeback. The Norwegian equalized when his effort was deflected, but he arguably deserved that slice of luck for all of the moments of quality leading up to the goal. Odegaard was outstanding, producing several inspired passes and breathtaking touches, and Lineker admitted after the game that he cannot quite believe that Arsenal have managed to sign him. Do you know what baffles me a little bit? Is how have Real Madrid let him slip away when they have got Modric and Kroos, who are really near the end of their career. It's a strange one because he's so clearly talented, he told much of the day. What is frightening is that Odegaard is just 23 years of age. He does not turn 24 until December for most. That is the age where players are still developing and potentially becoming key players in a team. Not only Odegaard is a key player, but he is, of course, the captain at the Emirates. Football seems to be littered with the players who never quite lived up to expectations about being tipped for absolute stardom as a teenager. And there had been times when Odegaard looked destined for a similar fate after making his debut at 15, but he's most definitely on track once again. Madrid may now rule letting him go, but given the role Odegaard has at Arsenal, he will certainly feel that he made the right choice in moving to the Emirates permanently last year. Bukayo Saka lavished praise on Gabriel Jesus. Arsenal winger Bukayo Saka singled out a new signing Gabriel Jesus for praise after Arsenal's 2-1 win against Fulham on Saturday. The Gunners had to come from behind after Alexander Mitrovic opened the scoring in the second half. However, Martin Odegaard and Gabriel Magalhaes made sure Arsenal returned to the top of the table with 2 late goals. Speaking to BBC Match of the Day, Saka spoke about the Brazilian forward, saying, "He's made a big difference. He brings combination, threat, energy, goals and assists. He brings everything. We are very happy to have him." Despite failing to find the back of the net against Fulham, Jesus' performance still caused the away side issues. His hold-up play and movement dragged Fulham's defenders out of position and brought his teammates into the game brilliantly. Jesus has already been described as the best player in the league this season and has helped himself to 2 goals and 3 assists this season. His £45 million move from Manchester City has given him the chance to be the main man at Arsenal, and he is thriving in that role. His experience playing out wide for his previous club has helped him understand how best to involve Arsenal's wide player in attacks. Bukayo Saka, who arguably had his best game of the season yesterday, have certainly benefited from Jesus' arrival. Mikel Arteta has started with his preferred front three, with Odegaard in behind in all 4 of Arsenal's Premier League games this season. Every match they play seems to improve their relationship on the pitch, and Arsenal fans will be hoping that continues midweek against Aston Villa. Arsenal transfer target Youri Tielemans could be hijacked by Liverpool. Liverpool could hijack Arsenal's transfer pursuit of Leicester City midfielder Youri Tielemans, according to reports. Tielemans has been heavily linked with a move to North London this summer. Arsenal have held an interest in signing him since the transfer window opened in June, but no official bid has been placed yet, and with deadline day looming, Liverpool could now step in as Jurgen Klopp continues his search for a new midfielder. According to transfer guru Ben Jacobs, the Reds could swoop in and place an offer for Tielemans, who has made it clear that he wants to leave. Last week, Brendan Rodgers hinted that the Belgium international had become distracted by the prospect of a transfer. He left him out of Leicester's starting lineup ahead of the club's 2-1 defeat to Southampton on Saturday, claiming he was not in the right mindset to play. Tielemans has less than 1 year remaining on his current deal, so Leicester are willing to accept a cut price offer of just £20 million for his services. Liverpool are on the hunt for a new playmaker following their poor start to the season. Thiago, who was regularly called upon by Klopp last season, is currently stuck on the sidelines with a hamstring issue. Arsenal in box seat to sign Marco Asensio, with agent in London to discuss terms this weekend. Arsenal are set to be in pole position ahead of Manchester United when it comes to signing Real Madrid star Marco Asensio. According to a report from the Mirror yesterday, Arsenal are ahead of the rest when it comes to Asensio, and the Spaniard's agent are even in London this weekend, ready to hold talks with the Gunners. It comes amid rumours that claimed Asensio had angered the Real Madrid board and that Arsenal and United were among the teams to declare their interest in him. However, while both Premier League clubs might be keen, it's the Gunners who are ahead in the race, said the Mirror. Asensio is said to have switched agents to Jorge Mendes, reps in a bid to seal a move away from Madrid to the Premier League before the deadline passes on Thursday. Dubbed as a world-class player, Asensio could be available at a knockdown price, having entered the last 12 months of his contract. Should Arsenal sign Asensio, it would cap off quite a remarkable window and start to the season. We'd be getting into the territory of talking about a potential title challenge if Arsenal signed Marco Asensio. This is a player who has won it all and has bags of quality to bring to the cause. Arsenal transfer targets agent exploring many options. The agents of Crystal Palace star Wilfried Zaha have been exploring options for the player in the summer transfer window, according to Fabrizio Romano. Writing in the latest edition of his exclusive Out of Sight column, Romano says it currently looks quiet on Zaha's situation, with Roma being the club he came closest to joining early in the summer before Paulo Dybala was signed as a priority instead. Zaha was recently mentioned as an option for Arsenal by Dean Jones on the Football Terrace, but it remains to be seen if the Gunners are really that seriously interested. When asked about Zaha's future at Palace, Romano made no mention of Arsenal, suggesting perhaps that the interest is not as strong as other sources have suggested. His agents have explored many options, but so far it's a quiet situation, Romano said. Surprises are not ruled out, but Vieira is happy with Zaha. The club closest to signing him was Roma before completing the Dybala deal, which Jose Mourinho wanted as the priority. Arsenal fans would surely welcome Zaha as much-needed replacement for Nicolas Pepe, who flopped at the Emirates Stadium and who has now joined Nice on loan. Joleon Lescott thinks Arsenal could be signing a huge player next week. The Gunners are interested in signing a winger this summer after loaning Nicolas Pepe to League One outfit Nice, and at the moment there is a lot of speculation about Arsenal potentially signing the Wolverhampton Wanderers attacker Pedro Neto. According to Fabrizio Romano, the Portuguese starlet would be really keen to join up with Mikel Arteta's outfit before the transfer window shuts next week, with the Times reporting that it could cost them around £60 million. Arsenal are linked to other wingers too, like Moussa Diaby and Yermi Pino to name a couple, but former Manchester City and Wolves powerhouse Lescott is particularly intrigued by the rumours of Neto potentially heading to the Emirates Stadium. He told LiveScore, "It looks like Arteta still wants to do a little bit of business before the window shuts, and of all the names they have been linked with, Pedro Neto is the one that catches my eye. He's become a huge player for my old club Wolves, but everyone has their price, and I think he's got ridiculously high potential." Problem is, the Neto speculation goes against recent speculation by The Sun. According to that publication, Arsenal have shut up shop this summer and are refusing to spend silly money on anybody, and that's a concern because despite starting the Premier League campaign in excellent fashion, you get the impression that Arteta still needs another piece of the jigsaw, particularly in light of Pepe's departure. Whether Neto materializes or not remains to be seen, but he could be the difference between success and failure this season. Laura Woods hits back at Richard Keys and Andy Gray after Arsenal criticism. Laura Woods has lied into Richard Keys and Andy Gray after the BN Sports pundits criticized Arsenal for over-celebrating their victory against Fulham. The Gunners came off from behind to beat Fulham 2-1 at the Emirates Stadium on Saturday night and maintained their perfect start to the Premier League season. The match was notable for the raucous atmosphere, which turned jubilant at the final whistle, with fans, players and coaching staff all celebrating their win. The scenes did not go down well with Keys and Gray, who accused Arteta and Arsenal's player of getting ahead of themselves after reclaiming top spot in the Premier League. "It's Fulham, and they trailed for a time." Keys began on BN Sports. "Yeah, well played. You came back to win it and they keep their 100% record intact. But they haven't won the title tonight. They have won a London derby. Let's not get too carried away. We are 4 games into the season." Gray then added, "I get the fans getting overexcited if you want me to be blunt about Arsenal. I like what I see, right? But they have beaten Palace, Leicester, Bournemouth and Fulham. It's not a who's who of big teams. This is overhyped. It's Fulham. This is a league game. If this was the semi-final of the cup somewhere and you'd won, then I get that. Maybe this is what Arteta wants to instill here. I don't know. I would say it's dangerous because you are going to have plenty of downs, that's for sure." But the former Sky Sports Dio's viewpoint was attacked by fellow broadcaster Woods. "Genuinely, what is the point of football if they can't enjoy it in the moment?" She wrote in a quote tweet to the clip. "It's just a happy team with happy fans who will probably go out tonight and get faced. That's the point. Better not celebrate a goal in case you lose the game either." The Gunners will welcome Aston Villa to the Emirates Stadium on Wednesday before travelling to Old Trafford to face Manchester United next weekend. I will be uploading daily Arsenal news, so keep your eyes on the channel and don't forget to like and subscribe. I appreciate your support. Peace out.